voices, and ever since he comes out, this learning just never stops. Welcome to Leaping Frogs, a preschool conversation. A preschool is a wonderful way to fire curiosity and active imagination in a child. So when I came to know about Leaping Frogs, which is Brain Feed's one of the top 100 best preschools in India, I was very excited. And the most exciting part of it was run by a woman entrepreneur, the vice principal of Leaping Frogs, called Roshni Mathur. Hi, this is Ankita from HyBiz TV, and today we have Roshni with us at Leaping Frogs. So hi Roshni, how are you doing?
Hi Ankita, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thank you so much. So Roshni, tell me what came to your mind when you started Leaping Frogs, and what makes you one of the best preschools in India that we have?
Leaping Frogs was a brainchild of my parents. It was started in the year 2013. That's when preschools were becoming popular, and I was working at a corporate where I said I just couldn't do enough of that. I wanted to get started with some challenging roles where I was more involved with children, a lot more with people, and that's where I said I'm going to start the next preschool. Okay, about Leaping Frogs first.
We study more. I'm a craft board.
Who's your favorite teacher?
You.
Right? See?
You.
So from 2013 till now, there are a lot of preschools, as you said, might have opened. So what makes your preschool different from the rest of the preschools that we have in Hyderabad, if you must?
I strongly believe that independent individual attention for children is a necessity. The idea behind Leaping Frogs was to have smaller classrooms with smaller numbers so that we could actually cater to everyone's individual needs. Education was going from being standardized to personalized, and that's what we have mastered doing. So a classroom for Leaping Frogs is not more than 20 children. There are at least 4 adults in a classroom, so the ratio is 4:20, which is essentially every child is getting independent individual attention, which was which was of importance to us. The curriculum that we are maintaining is also designed by us, so everybody's needs are being met. I think that's where we really are different from everybody else, and that's how our kids are flourishing and are on the top. Okay. And that's the reason why we've been getting these awards back to back.
So wonderful, Roshni. And can you tell us, like, how has been your own personal journey taking a leap from corporate life into education, which was your parents' brainchild?
We've been able to go from, let's say, 3 children to 200 as of today, through the day, and that journey has been a growth journey for me as well, along with the school. So the school is growing and my learning experiences too, and I think that it's been fairly easy for me.
So what's the earliest age a kid can join? And I see a lot of creative elements in here. Like usually you don't see that many in a preschool, and very small things have been taken care of. How did everything come to your mind? And when a kid grows up, like for example, I have a niece, she's around 2 years. Their parents are like, let her grow up further, but they are in that juxtaposition whether they should put her in a preschool or not. Right. So can you suggest like the earliest a person can join, a kid can join, and how do you take them through the journey of creativity and implementing, making them strong children on their own?
Firstly, I'd say there's no right time. I think every child is their journey of learning is independent. So there could be children who are 1.5 and ready to learn. There could be children who are 3 and ready to learn. Okay. So what we do at Leaping Frogs is we've curated these programs for every age group. Okay. So if you're 1.5, we have a toddler program where it's every Saturday you come do, engage with activities age appropriate.
Okay.
If you're 2 years of age, there's a different program where we have the playgroup program, and that's again it's a structured program, but with play, with learning, all of that. If you're 3 years, there's a different program. So I strongly believe that the parent needs to identify when the child is actually grasping a lot, when the child is ready and expressing that they want to do more. I think that's the right time, and that's the difference also. Like I would like to add that we at Leaping Frogs, we have a toddler program, we have a play group, and then we follow up with nursery and PP1 and going forward.
Okay.
We also do a lot of other activities to engage children of different age groups. Like I said, starting 1.5, we go up till 10 years of age, and we're catering to all the children within that bracket.
Okay.
So
one interesting thing that I checked about their Facebook page was that their entire atmosphere is very celebratory, right? You celebrate all the festivals.
preschool is all about celebrations. I think along with teaching them core concepts, our idea is to give them an experiential learning. So we don't want to preach, we want them to practice, we want them to do and learn. That is what the idea behind preschool education is. We don't want them to be limited to a classroom. So because we don't want that, we actually do storytelling sessions but outside. Like you rightly asked me, what are the events planned now? So we have our annual day that's coming up.
Okay,
we have a picnic which is going to be not the traditional kinds, but we're going to be taking our kids to actually to a farm where they're going to be trying to farm. They're going to learn how to plow the field, water the field, and not just pots at school or at home, but actually learn by doing. That is what the idea is. We have our picnic also for the pre-primary, which we've set up. We're going to go to the zoo. That's what they love. That's what they like to see. And all that they're learning in a classroom is going to really be taken up in front of them, so that they can touch, they can feel, and then they can learn. So we're also coming up with something like a TEDx but Leaping Frogs version.
Oh my god.
So the children are going to be talking
so
impromptu, they're going to come up on stage. This basically is for them to be confident in public. So we're not just nurturing them to really study and learn, but be the future of tomorrow, because everybody over there needs to really be confident, be emotive, be expressive, and that's what we are trying to do. So every event that we've curated in this year and in the years in the erstwhile years are so that they actually see, they learn, they experience it, and that's what also is a differentiator for us.
So in short, you're trying to make young entrepreneurs out of budding kids. One more concern that I want to ask you is, like, kids these days are very addicted to their phones, right? So how do you make sure that kids don't go back to technology but further into more sustainability, or like farming or lifestyle, or education in its entirety?
Right.
How it should be.
To actually keep them off screens, we need to be a lot more interesting. If we as teachers actually make the classroom more interesting, that's when the children will want to be off their screen and actually listen to us. So what we actually come up with in the summer of 2023, we actually had taken up a concept for the camp, which was entrepreneurship. So we actually took up small concepts, like rather big concepts, and made them easy for the kids, such as supply demand, a supply chain cycle, what happens in a factory setup, how do they really understand what is procurement, what is what comes from the farmer or goes back, and the whole system of things. So we actually did that. We made it interesting through enacting, through concept, through videos, because we can't keep them off screens, because that's the generation that they're born in. So if we deprive them of that, they'll only want more of it. So we actually curated it in such a way that they use this along with that. So that is how we've done it. We've also actually come up with activities through the rest of the day. We have after school activities and after school program where we're catering to the children in different ways. So if there are some children who like chess or a Vedic math class, there are some children who would love to have physical classes such as basketball, gymnastics and skating. So we've tried to keep them occupied after school as well, along with the school times, to really engage and learn and push what they really want. So we have wanted to be a one-stop shop for everything preschool or a child below 10 years might need. So that's how we're trying to keep them off. But to be honest and fair, we cannot keep them away. We need to teach them and guide them on how to be coexisting with technology.
Sure, definitely.
So, yes.
I'm sure handling kids is a very, very tough task. So how did you manage it as a young entrepreneur, as you seem like one?
When we are at school, we breathe, eat, sleep our kids and our kids only. So that is what has been a defining factor for me, where I really didn't find it to be that big a challenge, because each and every individual who's been a part of Leaping Frogs has been dedicated to the cause of what we are trying to do with the children. And the simple fact that everybody is actually working here from the bottom of their heart. I think that is really the biggest thing for our kids. We are not just teachers because we have to be. We are teachers because we want to be. So that is, I think, what has eased this process for me. And I cannot take the credit of this by myself. The school has grown to the numbers that it has because everybody has come together, everybody has been able to put their best foot forward, and not just the teachers who are with us today, but even the erstwhile teachers who have put in their efforts, who have contributed to the growth of the school. I must say that it is each and everybody who has put their best foot, and that's why we are able to achieve this. Because as they rightly say that raising one child requires a village, raising so many obviously needs to have a great team. And that is what it is. So I'd like to give a big kudos to everybody from our team who has actually been able to, you know, put their best foot forward on a day-to-day basis.
So Roshni, what are your future plans?
Our future plans are actually to expand. We'd like to get up another 2-3 centers of our school of Leaping Frogs within the city first, of course. That is the first goal. We would also want to expand to primary full-fledged and then high school. But that's of course another 10-year plan, not immediately, 10 or 15 years, but at the nearest is where we want to expand to another 3 centers for a preschool within the city.
Thank you so much, Roshni, for your wonderful answers. We got to know so many things about Leaping Frogs. And guys, if you have little kids up to the age 10, you said,
yes,
right? So you must come here and join the school. It's filled with creativity all over. And this is Ankita signing off. Thank you.